2 of the holiday hoopla from the Greater Columbus Convention Center, and we may have just saved the best for last, at least on paper. Lakewood St. Ed's on a nice little win streak after a victory last night here in the, I think, 3rd game of the night, going up against an undefeated in Pickerington North. I am Brian Skowronski. Mark Bollinger is joining me, and obviously, to start the day on paper, we were looking at it and we're like, this is going to be a pretty fun game. Obviously, St. Edward's, they've got a nice pedigree. Pickerington North, same thing. And 6-0 speaks for itself. This is a really good basketball game.
Well, this may be the matchup of the day, as you said. Outstanding athletes everywhere on the court tonight. Skilled basketball players, 2 outstanding programs, outstanding coaches. Let's hope it lives up to the billing, because this should be a great one here to wrap it up on Saturday.
The Panthers coming in with that unblemished mark, and it's not just that, dude. They've been slapping teams around, winning by an average of about 19 points per game. And you see the last 3 there, wins over Licking Heights, Meadowdale, and then at Grove City. In the driver's seat right now, even though it's early on in the OCC Capital Conference, but figure to be, probably a front runner in that league.
They look to be the front runner, and as you said, they've gotten off to a great start to begin the season. A lot of confidence so far. That confidence would be even, will be increased even more if they can get a win over a very, very good St. Ed's basketball club.
The Westerville Central team that we just saw a couple of minutes ago, they beat them on opening night in overtime, 54-48. Since then, double-digit wins in every single game from that point. But they haven't played anybody quite like St. Edward from Lakewood, now winners of 3 in a row after they took care of business against Pick Central last night, win over Sandusky. And look at the score against Berea Mid-Park. Do not adjust your eyes. That is real. That is one of the highest scoring games, the 12th highest scoring game in the history of the OHSAA.
Well, points were flying that night. I mean, what a great night to be a spectator, to watch a 121 to 104 game. But you look at their last few games. Sandusky is another program that we have seen for many years lately here in Northwest Ohio, who has put up some serious numbers offensively and in the win column, have had some really great years. So good win there, and then again, just it's St. Ed's. People who around Ohio and high school sports, that whether it's football, basketball, whatever it is, this is a program that just puts out quality team after team. They're off to a good start. In a thriller last night, we're able to get the first win over a Pickerington squad. We'll see if they can get 2 after tonight.
Yeah, how about this? It's picking off the Pickeringtons one at a time if they can get it done here in this one. And a fun game last night, too, as they had to come from behind. They trailed basically the entire night. They found a little bit of magic in the 4th quarter. And then, a couple of calls maybe went their way down the stretch. 69-68, they're able to take care of Pick Central. St. Ed's coming off of a 16-win season last year. A couple of years back, 21 wins, and they were actually ranked nationally, number 1 in the state in D1 before St. Ignatius, their big-time rival, ended up beating them in the regional. I'm sure that one's still hanging in the craw of some of these seniors that are on the team.
Absolutely. That's one of those rivalry games that, you hate to lose at any time, but when you lose at that point in the season with the expectations the way they were, that hurt just continues for a long time.
First touch here is by Pickerington North. And I think, what are they, just going to do it over again?
Yep, looks like you're going to re-jump it. Weren't sure who it went out off of, so just bring it back to the middle and toss it up again.
Don't see that very often, but probably the right move here. But how about the hustle already? Just off the opening tip, dudes go flying over into the Eagles bench.
Well, that's what I really love about this matchup on papers. It's 2 teams that have such pride that you're just going to see them play so hard.
Deep pass down the other way, solid position, but a traveling violation there as the shoes shuffled by Mikkel Murphy. And it'll be over to St. Ed's.
When you see both teams already extending the floor, St. Ed's trapped off the jump ball. Now Pickerington shows some pressure. Going to contest every dribble, every pass.
Vlasic with a fall away. Jay and Bryant getting the scoring started here.
Nice job of getting that lift over the contested shot. Soft touch, gets it to go for the early lead.
North got him spread out right now. Murphy down on the block as we get a switch up top. Arnis Lawson, pull up Jay, and he'll rain it home.
Quickly the other way, here comes St. Ed's.
Yeah, they've got such quick, crafty guards. You see it on display right there. Drew Jurkic getting in the scoring book. And I think that's what this game's going to boil down to, just which playmakers can kind of step up and make the most baskets. As that's a nice drive on the baseline, and we're all square at 4 apiece, and we've seen some nice stuff from each guard so far, the latest.
Absolutely, both guards play on both sides really good so far. It's going to be about winning individual matchups tonight. So many of them one-on-one drives, contests. Can you stay in front of the other guy?
Couple hops off the rim. This time, no bucket for Jurkic. Be out of bounds over to the Panthers. Lawson taking his time now. Sends it here near side to J.R. Bates to start the offense.
Tried to get a high-low look off of that set. 3 around 2, flash to the high post.
Now Ram tried to thread the needle and got it back. Now sends it through a low pass underneath in McFadden. Back-to-back buckets for him.
And immediately St. Edward's in transition. And
traveling.
Didn't catch and sit. Had his momentum going forward. Couldn't stop, shuffled his feet.
A quick look at that last bucket there.
What I think is so enjoyable about teams like these two teams is they're used to winning, and to a point where they just despise losing. So you get that culture of toughness and just feistiness where they're just going to go back and forth at each other. No matter what the score is, every possession is going to just be a battle.
Lawson with a couple of points as the Panthers have been successful here their last 3 possessions. Ed's looking to match. They'll dump it down underneath. Little spinner, and it's no good from Wisławski.
Pickerington North started 4 for 4 from the field.
But a little breeze perhaps coming through. Window might have been open as Bates comes up short.
I'm sure he's looking at Coach saying, Coach, the shooting background, the depth perception, I'm just not ready yet.
It is tough to adjust here inside of this gym. We've heard that from athletes the last couple of days. But it's a good setup. Get you ready for the tournament.
The beautiful old-fashioned bounce pass across the floor from Grant. Pretty play.
And the senior Jurkic with his second basket. But right back at you, Lawson keeping it going with his second field goal. And almost a save back in bounds. But it will be Pick North ball. It's a nice touch off the square there for Arnis.
Two-2-1 press from St. Ed's. Not really looking to trap it right now, just trying to control some tempo.
Down inside, Willing getting it back is Murphy off the kick out. The money continues to drop here. Bates with the 3.
See, he's used to the shooting background now. But yeah, hot start, 6 of 7 for North.
Get a foul on the baseline drive. Panthers certainly felt like whistle should have never came. And yeah, I didn't actually see any contact there.
Looked like a lot of contact.
It's just the first foul on either unit. As Eds looks to work it down low. Active hands, tipped by Bates. And out on the run. Get it poked out of the hands here of Arnis Lawson, but the Panthers will keep it.
Thought it may have went off his leg.
Yeah, certainly looks like it. So a break here for Pickerington as they maintain. And they'll get another three. Bates drops it from the ceiling again.
Pick North comes out firing, 7 of 8, 10-point lead here early.
Ed's looking to match. Vlasic into the lane. Offensive foul.
Great job of sliding over and taking the charge.
Take a quick second look when your man goes down on the floor. Looks like Bates got the green light from anywhere in the gym, but especially hand down and actually man down that time. Got to go to work, and double-digit lead already. They have put it into the microwave. Hot start here for the Panthers.
Yeah, turnovers have been the problem so far for St. Ed's. 4 turnovers already here in the first 4.5 minutes. They're 3 of 6 from the floor, but the turnovers costing them possessions.
Nice look backside, a little hesitation to miss, but the offensive rebound and a chance for points at the free throw line here for Favor McFadden.
Nice job by Pickerington North, just beating the pressure, able to get themselves in position even though they missed the first attempt. Backside layup, get inside position, was able to go up and get the rebound.
This kid's off to a nice start. He's got 5 points. Can stretch the lead out to a dozen. Eagles have shown that they can come from behind. They did it last night. A little bit of a hole here, but they'll get a wide open three. But the lefty, Kelsheimer, misses. Stay down here.
Well, good look against the 1-2-2 press. Just a little strong on it. Pickerington North couldn't secure the rebound. But everything has been contested here for St. Ed's.
Try to work it around near side, deflected. Lawson trying to make the case he didn't touch it. Zebra's not buying it.
Now we'll see how St. Ed's responds. Another one where they come out, just kind of take a punch to the mouth. Down 12 here early. How do they respond?
Kelsheimer poked away, but right into the perfect spot for Vlasic. The kick out, the three, and Brian reins it in.
Big shot there. They needed something positive to get them going. See if that can be the stimulus for their offensive woes.
Traveling violation as we'll spin it back to that last rainbow jumper. Big time three there from Brian Vlasic. Eagles looking to eat away at the deficit. Foul line jumper. Not this time. Now Arnis out of the pack. Dribbled off a foot. And the referees say he got fouled before he did. Be the 3rd foul on St. Ed's.
Backside official saw a little bit of a push there apparently.
Got an offensive foul charge here. It'll go against Arnis Lawson.
Good screen up top. Screen and roll, but out of control.
And that's going to be the 2nd foul already here in the first few minutes against that young man. See if Zamir Knox has to check out.
Yeah, Knox did a nice job of setting that high ball screen, but then on the roll was just out of control. 2nd time we've seen Pick North slide over and take a charge. Unselfish basketball on the defensive end.
Still got the Eagles double up right now, 18-9, trying to add to the lead. as Arness slip pass, no looker, and it's on the money, put home by McFadden.
Beautiful look by Lawson.
Vlasic now dumps it down low. Here's Ian Murray to the corner. Bounce pass into traffic and knocked out of bounds. Look back at that last lane. It was really more about the pass.
Well, and St. Ed's just trying to find some kind of inside game to go with their guard play.
But look at a moving screen, and this will go on probably their biggest dude, Ian Murray, 6'7". And the sophomore with the 5th foul here for the Eagles, so Pickerington North will be in the bonus moving forward. Catch and shoot off the down screen, and it rattles home. How about it? Everything falling right now for North.
Well, good job of getting separation off the screen. He was able to catch, get some space, and shoot it. St. Ed's on the other end gets the same thing.
Yeah, they'll bet it right back here with Nate Jurkic. Bates already with 9 points. Looking for 12 all from beyond the arc, and he drills it. Hello. After an air ball to open things up from long range, he has stroked 4 in a row.
Pickerington North pressure just getting to St. Ed's.
Look out below. Everything flowing with the Panthers right now. Lawson with an exclamation point. Just walloped.
Yeah, St. Ed's just needs to get to the quarter break to try to regroup. Whatever you do, don't turn it over or shoot it early and give Pickerington another chance.
Great kick out the 3 from straight away, and that'll help. Jursic makes another. Good if it goes. Bates had all the momentum. A little too deep on that one, but how about the start here? 28 points for the Panthers in just 8 minutes. We've got a long way to go. Second quarter action on the way from the Hoopla next. The undefeated Panthers of Pickerington North looking like a 6-0 team so far here at the start. 28-15, they lead it over St. Ed's as we open up second quarter action. I'm Brian Skowronski, Mark Bollinger with me, and we were just going over the schedule here for Pick North. We were like, man, they've really been crushing it a lot here. Kind of a lighter schedule. This is probably the best opponent that they've played so far this season, but, I mean, lighting it up like a Christmas tree post Jesus' birthday here tonight. I mean, they put it all on display.
Yes, they did. 11 of 14 from the floor in the first quarter, including 4 of 6 from 3.
That'll get it done on any night.
Get it done.
Oh, how about the backdoor cut on the money? Pretty stuff, and that's what you want coming out of the break there. Got something set up, and it works to perfection.
Well, and especially against a team like Pickerington North, who has been so aggressive defensively, you have to take advantage of it, and that's what they did. They set him up and ran that back cut.
Now we get a foul, 2 shots on the way. Circle back to the last bucket, backdoor cut, Bowden Grant. And well-designed play for Coach Eric Flannery. Been around for a long time, since he was a young dude, and now got a couple gray sprouting up now, but 2-time state champion coach, 1998, 2014. and a guy with over 350 victories all at this program. And I was reading that he's had quite a few offers to go to the college level, and he said never say never, but right now he's pretty comfortable where he's at in Lakewood.
Well, he has established and built such an outstanding program that it makes it hard to leave when you've been there that long and been that successful. As you said, 2 state championships. It seems like, you know, every year, if not every other year, you know, whatever it may be, they're always in contention and one of those squads that even if they're not having the best year or up to their normal standards, you don't want to run into them because you know what they can do.
Right. 0 for 2 from the line here, so chance for St. Ed's to try to chip away here at the deficit. Still 11, but they'll get a clean look outside, a little bit short, and bat it into the hands of Arnis. He'll spin it out here. McFadden keeps it in bounds, but another giveaway. Transition, deep 3 on the way. Skying up to keep it a 1 and done is Lawson.
Well, it was a good look. You got the open transition 3, just none able to convert it. Pick North just finding their way to the basket.
Scoop, there it is for Lawson. 6'3", handles, and we already saw what he can do, mashing in that dunk in the first quarter. Really exciting player. Good look on the inside. That'll lead to a couple of free throws coming up for Vlasic.
Yeah, a little bit of a scramble there, but again, St. Ed's able to just run that basket cut. Wasn't able to get the shot to drop, but drew the foul.
And it has been just unbelievable etiquette here in the gym today. We've heard nothing on any free throw at all. I would think the popcorn maker over in the corner was making more noise than the fans.
Again, I think it probably makes it more difficult. You'd rather have noise and people yelling, at least some cheerleaders in the background.
2 for 2 for the junior. Excellent shooter. And he will check out in favor of Ian Murray.
So nice little run here by St. Ed's, able to kind of right the ship, get things under control. Now you're going to see him change defenses.
Go with the 2-3 zone after getting the 6'7" sophomore back into the mix, and a little bit taller lineup here than St. Ed's started to begin the night.
Trying to eliminate some of the dribble drive. Bates is out of the game right now for Pickerington North, so it's one shooter you don't have to really worry about.
From the short corner, quickly shut it down. Catch and shoot, no hesitation from Lawson. Offensive rebound secured. And we got a foul.
That's really hard when you're St. Ed's to play a good possession defensively. You get a long 3, you miss it, and you can't come up with a defensive rebound. It's deflating. They go back to man off the baseline out of bounds.
It's Coach Flannery trying to keep them on their toes, mixing it up here. Full bag on the defensive side. Little spin into heavy traffic and a double clutch. Nothing there for Jaron Mock. As we get a foul. So go on Deontay Curtis. His first. And first foul against the Panthers here in quarter 2. JT Kelsheimer dictating action here from the point.
Elevator screen on the wing, curl behind it.
Can't find the bottom. Nice execution. They'll get another look. And off the front of the rim, this goes from Jurkic. See if third time's the charm. Eds works it around here near side. Not this time, so 3 looks. The latest, Brian Vlasic, and they come up empty-handed, and you talked about deflating. End-to-end after that nice possession, and Lawson with 2 points quickly the other way.
Yeah, you control everything, get 3 good looks, and within a matter of seconds, Lawson's scoring 2 at the other end.
Take one more look back, and that's a 1-on-3, too. That was not an easy take. He just looks like it is because dude's so smooth. He's like that creamy peanut butter every time he touches the ball.
Smooth.
It's not really my brand. I'm kind of a extra crunchy guy. But when it comes to my basketball comparisons, you'd probably rather be that extra creamy Jif. Which does make the best peanut butter, in my opinion. Peter Pan, pretty good, but it's not Jif. Just in case you were wondering, Mark. And I do eat a lot of peanut butter. I am a connoisseur, buddy.
You know, I think that Jif might want to start sponsoring some stuff for the OH Report.
Sign me
You're
up.
giving them free advertising?
Dude, pay
Let's
me
go.
in free
Let's
Jif.
go.
I'll take it all day long. That adds up for me. Have to lob it out top. The catch here by Drew Jurkic.
Again, good pressure by Pickerington North on the basketball. And away from the ball. Tried to run a screen. Illegal moving screen.
See if we can identify it. Backside.
I think it was Grant. Was whistled for that one.
So now Brian Vlasic heads over to the bench. He's kind of been their spark offensively. As things a little bit stagnant right now for the Eagles. Trailing by 13. Here comes Arnis.
Well, you're going to stay in that zone. You better find Bates. Right now he has the basketball, but he's knocked down some deep threes, and you know he's a willing shooter.
Another three on the way. Takes a little hop, secured here by Grant. And nearly traveled with the basketball. Now they'll get it to JT. He's their best penetrator, and you see it right there whirling. And he's fouled. We'll head to the free throw line for a couple.
Well, and I'm sure Coach Flannery has it in the playbook, but when you have a team like Pickerington North that just continues to get up into you more and more as the game goes on, you have to have something that can loosen them up with some back cuts, back screens, just to relieve some of that pressure off the basketball.
Been stuck on 19 for a little while now. As the junior misses the first. And the second won't fall either. Looks like Eds is going to switch back to man-to-man. Now they will sag off into that 2-3 zone. And you're right, I think Bates is probably salivating. Oh, what a leave-off.
Good look.
Whew. Murphy, the recipient. But that's just all Arnis Lawson taking it down Main Street in a slick dish.
Then he comes to the other end and gets a piece of that pass, knocks it out of bounds, stops play.
He is a senior, 6'3", as I mentioned. No college offers, no commitments. Maybe doesn't want to play at the next level, but I think he could find a home if he wanted one.
Well, I have no doubt that D3 coaches throughout Ohio would be salivating to get a chance to bring him into their program. 6'3" guard like that can do it all.
Have been plenty of college coaches here in the building the last couple of days. I'm sure a few hanging around right now, taking in this one. So who knows? He might have some offers by the end of the day. Is this a nice take in ending some of the bleeding here? Vlasic with two more.
You know, St. Ed's has settled in on the defensive end. They've only given up 6 points here in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter. Just struggling to get stuff done on the offensive end.
Vlasic picking up Bates. The blow by, and he'll set it up wide open from the corner, but not even close, off the restraint.
You're starting to see St. Ed's, though, changing how they're guarding. On that time, they ran a little dribble handoff with Bates. And when he got the ball back, they went ahead and switched that. They were willing to give him the drive. I think they're more comfortable now with letting some of these other guys from Pick North shoot it.
So the Panthers electing to foul before the inbound. And they're just going to put a struggling shooter on the line, Brian Vlasic.
Yeah, missed opportunities. 3 straight missed free throws here for St. Ed's.
And that's an interesting decision to make. Still 3 minutes to go. But it kind of works out. I mean, just holding to 1 point here on the possession. As he'll check out, and that's kind of what Coach Flannery's been doing. Offensive, defensive switch here as Ian Murray comes back out.
Now again, they look to extend the floor a little bit more. Different half-court look. They get the trap. Bates splits it. Looked like he got a travel there before the foul. Yep. I say, it looked like he took an extra step before the foul was committed.
1, 2, yep.
So 6 turnover on the night for Pickerington North. And again, the offensive, defensive substitutions, as you noted, for St. Ed's.
Active hands here nearly took it away. Eli Rahm with the reach-in. He'll continue to defend as Jurcic gets it off. Back to him. He'll drive left side. Just has not been the friend of St. Edward's when they've tried to penetrate into the lane. Very active hands here for the Panthers.
Yeah, Eli Rahm, really quick hands there. Almost picked his pocket twice on that possession.
Clean look from the corner, and it's just a little bit short. So the Eagles just can't seem to get that GPS dialed in from any range offensively yet. Though still just down a dozen. It feels like it's a bigger differential right now as well as the Panthers have played.
It does. They're just 40% on the night so far from the floor, 50% from the free throw line. So they have definitely struggled, but again, their defense has kept them in it here. Second quarter, just giving up 6 points. But eventually the offense has to come through for you.
Pretty fortunate that one finds its way out to the perimeter on the pass from Jaron Mock. And a foul on the floor on the penetration. So no one's been able to keep up with Arnis when he's put his head down.
And you've seen St. Ed's go to a little bit more length when they were guarding Bates. Knox had been matching up with him using his 6'3" length to try to just make those looks seem a little bit more guarded. Now off this out of bounds, they get a different look.
Kick out, catch and shoot. And it overshot everything right into the palms here of Bowden Grant. And we get another foul.
Pickerington North bench did not like that call.
But I tell you what, I think James Harden started the whole thing that you see Zamir Knox just do right there. All you got to do is just whip that head back when there's contact to your arm or to your chest or wherever. And, I mean, look at it here. When you got that long hair, too, just adds a little bit more effect. Yeah. And it lands him on the free throw line for a couple.
Just have to sell it.
Does make the first. This is best case scenario for the Eagles here over the last minute 45. They can get back into this game if they can continue to get to the free throw line and no time coming off the clock. They just have not shot it well, though, from the charity stripe.
They've struggled.
Arnis, my gosh, he is a blur. He's got excellent vision, too. See what he does one-on-one. Trying to go to work. Little skip dribble, and again with the scoop.
He is impressive. Again, they knew he was going to drive it. He didn't care. Took on a couple defenders, and there he is again. Showtime.
Around the back, but the swat at the rim. The length of Grant comes into play. But another steal, though, by Arnis Lawson. I think he's got about 3. Dump it down in the post. Haven't seen a whole lot of this. And Murray can't connect. He's got the size advantage over anybody over on Pick North side.
Yeah, I think you'd like to see him take a dribble or two and just take Arnis a little bit farther down on the block before you shoot it.
Lawson's going to back it out, checks the clock, 35 seconds and counting. Quick blow by, nice help, but the turnaround is pure.
And the hot shooting continues for Pickerington North. They had a chance to cut it to 10, and all of a sudden it's back to 15.
Coach Flannery asking for the last shot. But that'll work. Backdoor cut, and it funnels home. Nice connection, Grant. As the three comes up short here for J.R. Bates. But quite the clinic for the Panthers as they lead it by 13 heading into the halftime locker room. We'll step aside. When we come back, we will have your first half statistics. Mark and I will give you our thoughts on what we can expect in the second half. Plus, I'll give you an idea of what is to come tomorrow. Still 6 more games here at the Holiday Hoopla. So plenty more action still on the way from the Greater Columbus Convention Center. It's halftime at the Greater Columbus Convention Center Holiday Hoopla, the battleground here in Columbus, Ohio. 38-25 right now is your score. An impressive first half performance from Pickerington North. Brian Skowronski on the call here alongside my partner Mark Bollinger. And on paper, this looked like the best matchup of the night. St. Ed 7-1, 3-game win streak, big win last night, and they showcased that they can come back from a deficit and get a win. But right now, this game is about Pickerington North, Arnett Lawson running things, the three-point shooting as well from J.R. Bates there in that first quarter, as they're kind of in command here of this game through two quarters.
They have been so good shooting the basketball in this first half that it's made up for any other areas where they've struggled a little bit. 16 of 26. So you come out and you shoot 62% in the first half. That tends to lead to good, productive halves and halftime leads, and that's what they have right now. 13-point lead after putting up that impressive shooting display in half number one.
Bates with all the three-point makes so far. 11-9 rebound differential as well. They've turned over St. Ed's 8 to just 6 giveaways. And 4 of 8 free throw shooting right now for the Eagles. It's got them in this deficit. But they've got some quality shooters over on their side. I saw it last night. Certainly we saw in this first half that Brian Vlasic, he can fill it up. He can really shoot from long range. JT Kelsheimer, he was much more of a facilitator last night and gotten a little bit better flow and rhythm. So I fully expect that we're going to see him, that junior, try to take command of the offense a little bit more here in this second half. And if he can get cooking with the salt a bit, I like to see the Eagles try to get back in this game. But Pick North, they've got the potential to just try to blow the doors off of them here in this third quarter if they come out hot.
And the Eagles did. They survived that onslaught, that 28-point first quarter for Pickerington North. That second quarter, much better job by the Eagles, held Pickerington North to just 10 points. That's what it's going to take. If they can put together another half of good defensive basketball, they can claw their way back into it. St. Ed's just 9 of 22 from the floor, so that is the difference right there, simply in the shooting percentages. Pickerington North, hot on fire at 62%. St. Ed's struggling a little bit, under 50%. But again, 38-25. If you're St. Ed's, you probably feel pretty good that you're only down 13 at this point.
Yeah, kind of crazy to say, but they very much within striking distance here. As we're about to open up third quarter action. And it's going to be Panther basketball here to get the party started.
On something that we haven't really touched on. It used to be, showing my age here a little bit, where in Ohio, the boys typically played Friday and Saturday night. You played back-to-back nights. The girls would play during the week or Saturday afternoons. And now that's changed in the last 10 years where a lot of teams don't play back-to-back days anymore. So this is probably a different kind of feel for St. Ed's, having to come back out here and play tonight after they just played last night.
They come up with a theft, though, here to start things off. So a good sign for the Eagles if they can come up with some points. As Vlasic gets chased out of the corner. Now here's JT. We'll see if he goes to work hard, drive left side, a little too strong. But an offensive rebound here secured by Knox. 3 ball. JT splashes.
And that's the start that they wanted. Able to get a stop on one end, 3 at the other end, and just like that, it's back down to 10.
My buddy Joe Baylock, he says it almost every game. He's like on repeat. Stop, score, stop. To start off the third quarter, that's always what he's preaching in his locker rooms, and Hall of Famer. So you tend to take what he says and you run with it. So far, they got the stop, they got the score. Can they get one more stop?
Absolutely, and then you start stringing those together and you get those 3 possession strings of stop, score, stop, and all of a sudden that's how you go on runs and get yourself either right back into a game or you finish a team.
Off the lob it way outside, chased down here by McFadden. Favor lobs it over the top, nice catch. And we'll have some free throws coming up. Mikel Murphy, strong hands. Senior, standing at 6'3", and he's kind of their big body on the interior. See how he shoots it here from the free throw line.
doesn't like the silence in here either.
I think it's a little uncomfortable for everybody.
After that first quarter, the Eagles have done a really good job of taking away the primary scorers for Pickerington North.
But you just cannot seem to stop this guy at either end, though. Arnis comes up a little short with the left hand. And the Eagles on the break had a 3-on-2. Knox elects to slow it down. Get it back in the hands here of Bowden Grant. Now JT, sit crossover, the up fake. He's got 5 here in the third quarter.
That looks similar to his play last night. That was the game winner.
Take one more look at the hesitation. Got his defender up in the air. And then the left-handed finish. Down to single digits. McFadden looks off the curl. Here's Bates. He'll step into a 2-pointer. No friendly hop, but Artis working inside.
2-man wrecking crew between Lawson and Bates.
Another nice take. This time it's Vlasic, and looked like he actually got hit on the dome piece as well. Solid finish.
Tempo slowed dramatically since our start of the game. Both teams came out in a frenzy, but now just kind of settled in. Tough shot, good finish.
The mid-range, do me a favor. And he drops it in. I think that's his 4th field goal tonight. Done a nice job of complementing what we've seen so far from Lawson in the sharp shooting of Bates. Catch and release. And poked out by Vlasic. So replay that last bucket. Just nice strong take and fading away from the defense.
Yeah, not a lot more you could do as a defender. You were right there. Just the fade created the separation.
Initiate the offense here near side with Rom.
And they're playing a triangle and 2 now. St. Ed's willing to let the other 3 try to beat you, but they're trying to make sure that Bates and Lawson are not the 2 that do it.
Pays off right there. Missed timing on the pass. It's out of bounds, and the Eagles, chance here to try to get it back down to single figures again.
Yeah, I think the Eagles have found something here defensively. Ever since that first quarter, it's just, can they get enough offense to score? Enough offense to score and cut into this deficit.
They'll swing it far side, now back into the hands of JT. He'll use the ball screen, turns the corner, little room, but he clanks it off the back iron. Bates, end to end, but he's fouled. Vlasic got him on the wrist on the shot release.
Well, if you're Bates, one way to avoid facing that triangle and 2 defense is to beat him down the floor in transition, and he did that. Accelerator was down. Able to get himself to the paint, draw the foul. Last time he was at the line, he missed both.
Pushes a lead up to a dozen. One more still to come. JR, a 5'10 junior. And this is a really veteran team for Pick North, all juniors and seniors across the roster. Kelsheimer sends over this way. Jurkic, little hop step in the lane, poked out of his hands by Bates, got it back. And he'll go to the free throw line.
What a beautiful job of using the ball fake to move the defender. He caught it, used the ball fake. It created the gap. He drove it in there. Somehow got that to go up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Almost looked like it was going to be a travel. Now he sends front rim. And right into the hands of Lawson. Dials that one up on the money. The step through. Come on, big fella. Murphy with a sweet bucket right there. And man, do these Panthers have some kids that can fill the floor, but filling it up from long range here, Bowden Grant. Much needed three, and a TO burned here by Coach Flannery.
Yeah, big three there. It looked like they were on the verge of maybe letting this one get away. Three ball brings them back into it. But again, the hot shooting for Pick North continues.
10-8, St. Edwards with a slim advantage here in the third quarter, as we're just past the halfway point of quarter number 3 in the 12th of 18 scheduled games here at the Hoopla. And I promised that I would tell you what's coming up on deck tomorrow. So at the next time out, I will indeed jump into the schedule, because more awesome games on the way. And I really got to commend everybody that's been a part of the Bleacher Republic for, I think they've done a cool job of like pairing teams from Columbus area that's a powerhouse against other teams from around the state, and mostly the Cleveland area too.
Yeah, it's been a really nice job of bringing together teams that normally wouldn't get up against one another, and it just, from a scheduling standpoint, a lot of games that are fun to see that, yeah, like we said, we don't get to see on a regular basis.
Off the screen, they'll kick it back up top. Not really giving McFadden a lot of love in terms of being a three-point shooter. They've sagged off him quite a bit because they've seen his quickness. Bates as well has that, but he can also stroke it from long range. Lawson has a 3 to his resume. He'll pull up long 2 this time. Knocks it in.
His impressive night continues. Able to create for himself there.
He's been one of the most fun players I've had the opportunity to watch so far here at this Hoopla. Love everything that he does on both ends of the floor. Nice strong take, though, here for St. Ed's.
No time to celebrate. Pickerington North right back at you.
Little floater, too strong and poked away. 2 Panthers fighting for the ball, so it leads to a 3-on-2. Into the spin cycle, and a foul will land Nate Yurkic on the free throw line. Just throws it in the old whirly bird. Contact down below. Sends it home. Trims the deficit. Back down to 11.
It's one of those games where you feel like Pickerington North just can't get that final push to finish off St. Ed's, but St. Ed's can't get that push to get right back into the game and make it a 3 or 4 possession, 3-possession game.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a stalemate here. Eds have gotten it down to 9. But then it seems like that's when North's able to get a couple of buckets.
They're staying in that triangle and 2. Just daring the other 3 Pickerington players to try to make a play.
Mock tried to, flipped it up left hand, right side, and we'll get a jump ball. Curtis able to snag it and tied up. We're headed the other direction.
And I give a lot of respect to Coach Flannery for that, too. There's so many coaches, especially as you've been in a program or a place for a while, you become more of a veteran coach, you're not willing to change up what you do. He didn't like the way things were going, so he went from, playing man, playing zone, to he's like going to throw what a lot of people call a junk defense at Pickerington North, but it's been successful.
Yeah, that's what the great coaches do. You don't get 350 dubs and playing the schedule that they do without understanding that you just got to go with the flow of the game, recognizing what's working, what's not, try to make adjustments on the fly.
Right, 2 dominant offensive players for Pickerington North, and so they just went to the triangle and 2, and it's caused some issues here for Pick North.
Vlasic cannot get that first step around Lawson. Reach and foul is Grant. Got a little beat on the defender.
Yeah, nice job by Grant. He has really good footwork there. Just use the jab step to create the time and the space then to be able to get the ball on the floor and create the contact and get the foul.
Jason Bates' staff and bench over there looking to move to 7-0 on the season. And this is a resume builder anytime you can knock off the Eagles, really in any sport.
Absolutely. Nice action there by the Eagles. Little back screen, handoff, pin down action. A lot of things to guard.
Jurkic hands off. They'll move it back the other way. Bowden fakes the back door. Now to him. He'll try a three. In and out.
And again, another tough shot there just because Pickerington North doing such a good job of guarding on the ball, contesting everything.
Off the inbound hop step, off balance shot. It's good. Plus one more to come. And maybe just the spark that St. Ed's needs to try to get back in it. Drew Jurkic on the free throw line.
Yeah, ring it up. Chance to get 3 on this one. Cut it to 7. Just draw a little contact with the body. Gets it up on the rim, rolls around. Nice soft touch.
Chance to trim it down to 7. Tightest it's been in quite some time. I believe since the opening frame.
Yeah, absolutely. St. Ed's bench coming alive a little bit. See if Pickerington North can figure out what they're going to run against this triangle and 2.
Hard drive left side. Had to pick it up and kick it out. Now Bates from the corner.
Eagles willing to switch. Whenever they run that high ball screen, the top guy in the triangle simply switches off and becomes the one-man defender.
Kelsheimer got a piece of it, deflected, but Johnny on the spot is Mikel Murphy.
I think Murphy got away with a push.
And now a traveling violation. So, oh yeah, when you see the replay right there, a little 2 hands into the back that time. Bowden Grant.
Makes it hard to rebound when getting moved out of there, but credit to Murphy. Did what he had to do. Official didn't call it, so he'll take his rebound and points and go the other way.
Just when it felt like the momentum was slanging back in the favor of St. Ed's. Central's got the ball back. This would be huge. A little short, and a block at the buzzer by the 6'7" Murray takes us into the break. Money time on the way. St. Ed's making a push, down by just 9. We have got a game on our hands and just 8 minutes of regulation to go. Money time, as we call it on the OH report, has arrived. St. Edward's trying to make a game of it as it's 51-42. Pickerington North with the basketball, and they've got the lead. I'm Brian. Mark with me. You're hoping that we would get a good game here in the closing here on this Saturday night, and I think the Eagles, they've showcased it last night, and you look at what they've done so far throughout the season. they tighten things up, man. This is a team that's not going to go away, and I think we're going to get a pretty fun last 8 minutes.
I agree completely. Pickerington North jumped out 28-15 lead, but after that, in the first quarter after that, St. Ed's has just battled. They're within 9 right here. See if they can get a stop to start the quarter, going back to what we talked about. Get a stop, then go score, and then get another stop, and there's the turnover. Can they convert?
Lawson's been so good with the basketball. Whoa, what a block. Weak side. McFadden turned him away like there was no postage on the package. Leads to Bates in transition. Would have been a backbreaker.
I think Murphy got caught there.
Yeah, you're right. This will go on Mikel Murphy, even though it was Dante Curtis who came up with the basketball. And second look, yeah, two-hand full shove. Like he was a left tackle trying to clear out some room for the QB. He got away with it last time.
Yeah, why not give it a shot? Just the first foul of the quarter, no big deal.
JT Kelsheimer, fourth quarter was his time to shine last night. Gives it up, Vlasic on the turn, wide open, Banks open.
Not sure he called the bank.
I didn't hear, but.
No matter what, they're within 6.
3 more points for Grant. He's done a nice job offensively tonight. And this defense still have not been able to figure out, it's like the Pythagorean theorem here for the Panthers. But when you got kids that are that special, it just doesn't matter at times.
Yeah, just wove his way through. Nice patience there at the end.
Lawson, I believe, is the high scorer in the game. Nice job there by Murphy. I thought we might get a kick ball. It wasn't. And now Artis to the rack, back-to-back buckets.
Yeah, if you're going to slide over and act like you're going to take the charge or prepare for the charge, you better make sure he picks up his dribble.
Catch and shoot. Little too much sauce, but tracked down. Important offensive rebound for Grant. Second on the way, tipped out again. They'll get another look. Now JT hands off Lashes, lets it fly. 3 looks, no points, and look out. Bates on the charge, a little short. Actually, that's Bates right there with the follow.
Well, and St. Ed's kind of getting away from what they needed to do. They cut it to 6, and then all of a sudden the game started going up and down. Not the tempo that you want if you're St. Ed's. If you're Pickerington North, absolutely, let's get up and go.
Just be a 30-second timeout. Allow me to use these 30 seconds, though, to let you know about Sunday's action here at the Hoopla. Beginning at 11:30 a.m., myself, Travis Barty, will be on the call for the first 3. You get Harvest Prep versus Toledo St. John's, who was a winner here yesterday. Gahanna Lincoln taking on Cleveland Holy Name at 1:15. Then at 3 o'clock, Hilliard Bradley versus Youngstown Ursuline. 3 really fun games to start the day. Then in the evening session, Mark will be paired up with Bryce Coder. You'll get Delaware Hayes versus Brunswick. Reynoldsburg versus Cincinnati Princeton. Probably the game of the day, I think, on paper. And then Olentangy Orange versus Centerville. Oh, I don't know. That one might take the cake, too. 2 really great games to finish out the night.
There's some great matchups tomorrow. It should be another great day of exciting basketball here in Cbus.
Tipped out of bounds. No foul call, right? Or is there?
I think they are going to call the foul. They did. They call on Lawson.
So it'll be the second here on the Panthers. Enjoying a nice 12-point cushion.
The Eagles cut it to 6, and then boom, a quick 6-0 run by the Panthers. What an answer.
Yeah, that was devastating how quickly they did it as well. Vlasic lets it fly, and he'll rain it home.
Just a mistake there defensively. You don't need to double in the post. Your post defender at good position. Make them shoot over you and get the 2. You leave the open 3-point shooter, and they make you pay.
See what the Eagles are doing here defensively. I can't really.
I think they're still staying in that extended triangle. Triangle and 2.
Missed shot on the inside, but try again. Second chance points, all created by McFadden.
Yeah, triangle can sometimes be hard to rebound out of.
Dump it down low, 6-7, gets it done. It's Ian Murray with the bucket. And I think we've got another timeout from Coach Flannery.
And I think they need to make a correction to the scoreboard. There we go. They had it 61-48. It should be, I believe, 59-50. Yeah.
That's what we got.
59-50. There we go. They just put it on the wrong side. But yeah, Coach Flannery here, his team's battled back, had it down to 6. Now it's at 9. What are you going to do defensively? 4:33 to go. That triangle and 2 has been so effective for you on the defensive end, but the one thing that Pickerington North could do is spread the floor and make you come out of that.
Got a lot of really talented kids around the perimeter that can take you off the bounce. We've seen Lawson, Bates too, even though he knocked down all those threes. He certainly has nice handles. Favor McFadden at different times. Tough team to defend across the board.
Tough to defend, but I would presume that there's some coaches that are watching this game or will watch the film of this game and come in with the same mindset of, okay, we're going to go and we're going to run that triangle and 2 and see if you figured out how you are going to score against it, because, Pickerington North came out, put 28 points on the board in the first quarter. Since then, obviously, their scoring rate has dropped off. But,
yeah.
Not
quite the same sizzle.
Not quite the same sizzle.
It's like when you do that 2 for 20 at Applebee's, they bring it out, the hot plate, and right away it's super hot and steamy. You let it sit for about 10 minutes, Mark.
It cools off.
Not the same,
There's
buddy.
just no sizzle.
Easily breaking the press. They'll get a 2-on-1. Actually, they'll just bring it back out for Lawson. Good idea. Arnis picked up here by Jurkic. Looks like maybe straight man-to-man right now for St. Ed's.
And Pickerington North willing to spread the floor, run some clock here. And yeah, although it's in man-to-man, Eagles doing a really good job of over-helping. And once Bates and Lawson give the ball up, trying to deny them getting it back. And it might be a situation where if you're the Eagles, you start fouling.
Yeah, a lot of time coming off the clock. We saw just a couple possessions ago, basically deja vu with Favor McFadden, just lanky dude getting it in the lane, putting it up and securing his own miss. And it's 2 free throws that he's awarded. Just the first foul against St. Ed's here in the 4th.
Yeah, I don't have the free throw percentages in front of us here, but it might be a situation where, yeah, you keep the ball out of the hands of Lawson and Bates and just foul the other guys and see if you can make it a free throw shooting contest with their other shooters. But nice stroke there. Nothing but net.
.64 senior trying to make it an 11-point game. Does just that. Is there a little bit of magic still left in the tank here for St. Edward?
Pick North looking to switch some of these perimeter screens. Eliminate the 3. Off the ball foul.
It comes on the drive just really quick. Hits him with that between the legs. Now they'll lob it inside, trying to use that height advantage. And that's one area where I thought that the Eagles might be able to exploit tonight, and they just really haven't.
Yeah, just a young player. Excuse me. Young player, 6'7". Murray's going to continue to get stronger, and I think the stronger he gets, the much better player you're going to see him become. He's able to catch that on the lob, but just was able to physically kind of get bodied out and pushed away from the basket as he's going up for the shot. Another year in the weight room, and he could be a handful in tight. Give them another dimension to their offense.
Like a 4-on-1 break. Eagles with Bowden. Fill it up for a couple. Trim it back down to 9. Now they'll pick up with some full court man-to-man pressure.
Yeah, you're going to have to run and double, start fouling.
Grant leaves a little sliver, and all the way to the cup. Nice take here for Jaron Mock. Tempo starting to pick up. 3 ball sizzles its way through.
St. Ed's trades a 2 for 3, gets it to 8.
Now they got the trap. Oh, tough pass. They get it to Mock. Now a 3-on-1. Arnis, no look. And the foul. And it's a hard one. Jurkic sends him to the line. Oh boy, that looks like a lot of leather on there, doesn't it?
There's a lot of leather. Maybe on the follow through. But it looked like it was pretty clean initially at the top.
This is where Pick North can really start to salt it away if they can keep draining free throws.
Yeah, nice job of stepping to the free throw line after taking the hard foul like that. Regaining your composure, stepping up to the stripe. Hits the first one and the second. Pickerington North just keeping him at bay.
We've seen the Eagles get as close as 7. They can do it again here. Halfway home. Not sure how that funneled out. Man, tough break.
Yeah, Coach Bates not happy on the Pickerington North sideline. Wants them to defend the three-point line. You're up 10. You can't give up easy looks.
Vlasic, the cut to the basket, switch to the left, and there was enough contact to put him on the free throw line. I think the referee was going to not blow the whistle if he made it.
Yes.
And decided, I mean, there's enough contact here, I think, on Eli Rahm. 4th on the Panthers. And how do you feel about that, Mark? That's definitely something that I've heard referees discuss, like in the NBA, that they'll wait. They'll wait and see.
Yeah, I don't like the wait and see. I don't think there are too many coaches that do like the wait and see.
Sure.
It's like if it's a foul, it's a foul. You know, don't wait for the result to make your decision.
I get it. Brian to make it 65-57. And I think trying to get that foul quickly. Go on Bowden Grant.
Yeah, nice job of Bates there catching it and making sure the official knew there was contact. Next foul, Pickerington North will step to the free throw line. It doesn't look like St. Ed's is going to foul immediately. Looks like they're going to try to get a 3/4 court trap here, see if they can get a steal out of it before they commit the foul.
Arnis looking to weave his way through a little bit of traffic, now pulls it out. They'll send the double. He gives it up, and this is probably where they're going to foul. Hands all over the body. Now Jurkic comes crashing in.
Well, they called the timeout. They're going to grant the timeout before the foul was called.
Okay, so Jason Bates was like, no, we'll take the foul. Just the first timeout taken by Pick North, who have been in the driver's seat all night.
Yeah, hot start for Pickerington North. Came out on fire, shooting the basketball, jumped up that early 13-point lead. Since then, as you said, just kind of back and forth stalemate here. But the hot start definitely the difference here in this one.
Panthers looking to move to 7-0 on the season. St. Edward's sitting at 7-1 right now.
But what a good trip for St. Ed's. You know, come down, play Pick Central last night. Come back tonight, play obviously another really good ball club in Pickerington North. You get some time away together, some bonding over the holiday break. Real nice chance probably for some team building. Push them into 2025.
Foul comes is going to be on the arm here, backside on Zamir Knox. And that'll put Lawson on the line. See if he can come up with some clutch free throws. Keep that cushion. Can't make the first. Door still ajar here for St. Ed, especially with a miss here on the second.
Yeah, down 8. Yeah. If you're St. Ed, you're going to have a little bit of help here from Pickerington North.
Kelsheimer spins. Kind of an awkward dribble, got to the lane, and now he'll just have to foul.
Well, nice spin. He had the opportunity to get that one to go down, but just left it a little bit short, and they were so spread out. There was nobody there to offensive rebound other than JT. Had to commit the foul. Now it's just a matter of Pickerington North salting it away at the free throw line.
Murphy well short with the first. Able to get the second to rattle home. Get a substitution here for the Panthers. It's Deontay Curtis checking in for a defensive presence out there as we're sub 90 seconds to go.
I know St. Ed's wants the threes, but if you drive it, you're going to get to the free throw line on any fouls.
Kelsheimer lost it. Now the other way, easy money. And that should basically close the door here. And especially now. Deep football pass. Almost a travel, and it's taken away. We'll get a foul as J.R. Bates got wrapped up around the ankle here by Knox. Puts JR on the free throw line. And though he hasn't done a ton offensively over the last few frames, he kind of was the difference maker when he hit those 3 threes in a row.
Yes.
That was game changing way back in the first.
It was. Shot an air ball on his first attempt and then rattled down the next 4.
Yeah, outscored St. Ed's pretty much by himself in that first frame.
I believe that's the only 3-pointers that Pickerington North has made on the night.
It sounds about right. Yeah, they've been doing their damage in the lane. Empty-handed here. Eagles looking to make one last push. Not going to be able to, not here, not on that drive.
And again, everything just contested all night long. Up 12, you think, oh, they're just going to let him go so they don't foul. No, they challenged the shot at the rim.
And they don't have a great big dude in the lane, but you look at Pick North up and down the roster with Lawson at 6'3", and then McFadden is 6'4". When they bring in Curtis, he's 6'2". Murphy's 6'3". He plays a lot bigger. Mach 2 is 6'3". So they've got guys that have multiple dimensions. They've got enough size, certainly some bulky dudes as well, and they just move around real nice. And with that length, it's been pretty tough for St. Ed's. Anything that's gone into the lane certainly has come with a price. It's been tough.
It has been tough sledding in that regard. And again, just like we saw in the last game, Arnis Lawson with the ball in his hands has controlled so much of the game, just distributing, making plays at the rim. For 6'3", he is lightning quick, and he's been a tough matchup for St. Ed's.
He's going to be a tough matchup for anybody. He's just got one of those flashy type of skill sets that you just love if you're as a fan. If you're paying money, you want a dude like number 1 in white to be in control with the basketball a lot.
Yeah, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
Nothing open, so Kelsheimer just tries to throw it off the defender. Works out. McFadden almost caught it. Underneath, Grant turns, puts it in. The clock now down to 40 seconds off the double. A little tip. And St. Ed's just a half tick behind. Carrying violation here against Arnis.
It was one of those where it looked like St. Ed's wasn't sure if coach wanted them to foul or not. Pickerington North didn't know if they were supposed to just dribble it out or what they wanted to do, and the official called a carry.
The setup from the short corner. JT off the kick out, catch and shoot. Grant, and he's got the last 5. Make it look a little bit better on the scoreboard, but it'll be the Panthers staying undefeated. 7 victories here to start the season. And perhaps the most impressive one here tonight at the Hoopla as they knock off the Eagles by 7. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll hear from MVPs from both sides. Stay tuned. More to come. And then Mark and I will close out the night final stats, get you all ready for Sunday and day 3 of the Hoopla. Stay here. return now with our player of the game from St. Edwards, and I've got Brian Vlasic hanging out with us right now. And you guys get into kind of a tough hole there at the beginning of the game. They come out shooting lights out, and you battle back. You got yourself in contention there in the fourth quarter. Just give me some insight about just this team, this group, and your will and your desire to play until the final whistle, because we saw what you guys were able to do last night as well, coming back and winning at the end.
I mean, yeah, it just comes from making plays as a team and passing the ball around and, just making the extra pass, honestly. And it's like Coach keeps telling us, like, play. Like, we almost have to always play like that we're down 10, because, like, when we play we're down 10, then it's like that's when we really get after it and stuff and show what we can do.
And for you, talk about as an individual, you've got nice game, good balance, you shoot it well, you're able to dribble, drive. So what do you feel like you bring to the equation night in, night out on the offensive side of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, just hitting my shots, doing what I can to help us win, and that's really what I can do. And like I said, just doing what I can to help us win.
As an independent, you guys get to go kind of all around the state, play a bunch of high caliber teams like Pickerington North. So to come down here and to get a couple here at this holiday hoopla, but what do you think you can take from this in terms of value moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, playing great teams, and then playing with a comeback yesterday, and then playing today. I mean, obviously it's good as a team and like bonding and stuff too, and just figuring each other out and just coming together and the camaraderie together and stuff. So it's big. It's important.
When you play for St. Ed's, obviously it always comes with expectations every single season, and especially with the coach that you have. So preseason, when you guys are talking amongst yourselves, the senior class, and then you guys as well, what kind of goals do you guys set for yourselves, or is it always state championship or bust?
It's always state championship first. That's what coach sets it at, and we go from there. And like obviously every game, like coach says, every game is like the state championship. We take every game as the state championship, and just one game at a time, and that's what we got to do. And just keep playing our game.
Final game here of 2024, so as you move into the new year, in what ways do you feel like this team, off to a nice 7-2 start, where do you want to grow and get a little bit better as you keep taking more steps towards the tournament?
I mean, just keep growing as a whole. I think like our defense obviously has to improve, our rebounding and stuff, but that'll come too, and we just got to keep staying aggressive. And I think just always taking it, like I said, like we always have to almost play like we're playing from behind, like with that intensity and coming back and stuff.
All right, well, congratulations on being the game MVP here tonight. Before we turn you loose, go ahead, look in the camera. Just give as many shout-outs as you want.
Oh, man. Got to shout out my coach first.
Sure.
Obviously, Coach Flan, all the coaching staff. My teammates, obviously, wouldn't be here without them and stuff. And then, honestly, my family, but mainly my dad. Just got to give him the shout-out. He's always playing with me, always working with me, and give him the shout-out. And then, obviously, God all the glory. He's the one why I can play this game, and just give him all.
All right, man, thanks so much for the time. Brian Vlasic, our MVP from St. Edwards. Let's go ahead and bring in Arness now. Arness Lawson, man, what an exciting player to watch, I think, at both ends of the floor. You bring a lot of dynamic nature out there and some good flavor, I think, to the court. Just talk about just your offensive game, though, because you've got some nice versatility, really fun handles. How much do you work at your craft and just being a little bit of a showman, if you will, out on the floor?
Well, I work like every day. Like every day I'm in the gym, I wake up, I go to the gym. Before school, I go to the gym. And I have a trainer that I work with. I have like a weight room trainer, and a ball handling trainer. So I just get into it with them like every day or so if I can.
All right, on the roster that I got given, I saw no commitment and no offers yet. Are you trying to play at the college level?
No, I actually am committed.
Okay.
Yeah. I am committed to play at the University of Duquesne.
Oh, well, shoot, man, that's big time. Yeah, I figured when we were talking about it, I was like, how has nobody picked up on this kid? Yeah. That's unbelievable. So, well, cool. You belong at a big-time D1 school like that, and then obviously a smart kid then, too, as well. So this team, 7-0 start. Obviously, you're at the controls. You're handling your business so far. How excited are you so far to what you guys have accomplished so far in 2024?
I'm very excited. This was Coach Bates, before the season even came, he said it was going to be a great season, and I believed him when he said that because we got everybody came back that was returners from last year, so we got everybody back plus some football players that came. So I'm just excited for the season. We're 7-0, starting off great.
And you get to take on a program like St. Ed's, obviously a perennial power throughout the state, and Cleveland versus Columbus. That's kind of how this hoopla has been. How much fun was it to get to take on a team that normally you guys probably wouldn't have on the schedule?
It was amazing actually because yesterday they beat Pick Central, and that's like our rivalry. So we was low-key nervous when they beat them. So we just came and had to do what we had to do.
Coming out of the gates really hot here tonight. You guys shot like 75%, and I think that they were just trying to battle back the entire night, and you wouldn't allow them to do that. How much, because you've been winning your games by about 20 per night, how much have you been able to do that, just have avalanches on teams early on in contests?
Well, first I want to thank my coaches because they give us a scouting report that we have to like read before like every game, so we know who we scouting and what we supposed to do. So I want to thank him on that, and then just locking down the defenders and just playing basketball and having a chemistry with our teammates.
Well, so far, so good for that. So moving forward into 2025, you guys obviously you're sitting pretty within the OCC right now. Just give me some goals. You said your coach had high expectations for you. What were you guys talking about before you headed into this 24-25 season?
Our goal is definitely to win our league, like our OCC league.
Sure.
We want to win that for sure, and we want to make it to a district. We never made it since I've been. So we want to make it to a district, and we of course we want to get to a state. That's our goals.
Of course, but one step at a time. So far, so good, man. Well, hey, great performance tonight. You were a lot of fun to watch. Before you go, look in the camera, shout out anybody you'd like.
I want to shout out my teammates, everybody that's on my team. I want to shout out my family that came to the game, my mom, my dad, my cousins, my brothers, everybody that came to the game. I just want to shout out y'all, too, for actually having me for this interview. So thank you very much.
All right, my pleasure. Arnest Lawson, nice to meet you, man.
Thank you.
Great performance. Looking forward to seeing how you guys develop the rest of the year.
Thank you, thank you.
Post-game coverage continues here at the Holiday Hoopla Greater Columbus Convention Center in a dandy here to close out the night. Game 6 of 6 sees the Panthers remain undefeated as they knock off St. Ed's 69-62. Brian and Mark here with you to put a bow on what's been a really fun day, but specifically for this game in Pickerington North, impressive. You got to really like what you saw from them. They thought that they had big expectations coming into the year, and 7-0 speaks for itself. But I think this one, they're going to be really happy going into the New Year holiday break, knowing that they just knocked off a perennial power.
They did, and they got off to that great start, and that was so critical to their performance tonight. And you talked to Arnest Lawson, and just such a dynamic player with the ball in his hands.
Yes.
With Bates being a really good shooter, they have that offensive core that can cause so many issues for the opposing defense. And that's what happened at the beginning. Give credit to St. Ed's. They settled in. They made it a game. They had to within 6 or 7 late there in the fourth, and competed as you expected a St. Ed's team to do. But credit to Pickerington North. Hit some free throws down the stretch, took care of it, and was able to hold on and pull out the 69-62 win.
27 total field goals. They make 4 threes all in the first quarter, none after that, Mark. So a little surprising, actually, that they just couldn't find their range from beyond the arc and that they were still able to get it done.
They were, and they were so good from 2-point range. They ended up 27 of 46 from the floor. Overall, 4 of 12 from 3. But they were so efficient inside that 3-point line. that, they were able to withstand that inability to make another three after that first quarter.
28-15 they led after one, then even 10-10 apiece. St. Edwards a 17-13 diff in the third, and then they continued to battle, put up 20 points in the fourth quarter, but the damage was done. That avalanche there in about a 3-minute window in the first quarter, obviously I think was the ultimate difference by the end of the night. It
was quick, and that's what Pickerington North can do to you. They can go on those quick bursts where all of a sudden they put up 6 or 8 in a row, and what you thought was, a competitive, well-defended, start to a game can end up, finding yourself down pretty big pretty quickly, and that's what St. Ed's had happen to them tonight. 12 games in the books now from the holiday hoopla, but another mega day of basketball coming up. We got 6 more tomorrow. I'm on the call for the early games. You can hear Mark on the call for the last 3 games. So if you want to tune in, check us out on the OH Report. Find us, get on the live streams, and enjoy all of the action. Got to thank Jory Hollenbeck for running the cameras here tonight. Mark Bollinger tracking the stats, giving you all that great commentary. I'm Brian Skowronski. For the final time here tonight, we will see you for the Sunday Showcase tomorrow at the Holiday Hoopla. So long for now.